animals! A butterfly flaps in the breeze. Hello, animals! It asks itself, hello, animals. Am I a man or a fly? Hello, animals! Hey, 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 animals! What's that? Ah! Hello, animals! How you doing? Hello, animals! It's good to see your faces. We're still talking about plot. Last week we talked about Act 2. This week, Act 3!
Act 3 has 5 steps. B-plot convergence, new plan, destruction, point of desperation, and turning point 3.
B-plot convergence. This is one of the few steps that's pretty movable. Your B-plot convergence doesn't have to happen at the beginning of Act 3. You could move it to the end of Act 3. Or push it to Act 4 if you really want to. But putting it at the beginning of Act 3 is generally a good idea.
So what is it? Well, it's pretty straightforward. B-plot convergence is when the B-plot converges with the main plot. You weave your B-plot and your A-plot together. They become generally one coherent story from here on in.
In our bank robbing example, maybe the kidnappers of Recruiter Guy's daughter haven't stopped there. Maybe they're threatening our A-plot character's family as well.
Dun dun dun!
Next up is new plan. Your character's first plan from Act 2 no longer applies now that it's been executed. That first plan may have been a success. It may have been a failure. Doesn't matter. Due to the shenanigans in Turning Point 2, our story has progressed, and our characters are in need of a new plan.
In our example, at the end of Act 2, we hit Turning Point 2. Our bank robbers all got away, except for Recruiter Guy. He got caught by the cops.
But he was the only one who could get us out of the country with our stolen money.
Our new plan is all about surmounting this latest obstacle. How do we get Recruiter Guy back? Our main character, maybe with the help of the others, formulates a new plan to get Recruiter Guy out of jail.
But our next step is destruction.
Guess how this new plan's gonna work out.
Your main character tries to execute the new plan, but it all goes to ruin. This destruction could be physical, emotional, metaphorical. Don't get caught up on the terminology. You don't have to blow up any buildings. Things just need to start falling to pieces.
In our example story, maybe he executes this new plan to get Recruiter Guy back. In the process, he kills more cops. He accidentally destroys the getaway car. He gets shot in the shoulder, and he loses half his money.
Everything's crumbling around him. This leads us to our next step. Point of desperation. Our main character is scrambling. Things are falling apart. He's desperately trying to hold it all together. And then we reach this point. This point where the hammer really comes down. A point of true, utter desperation.
In our example, our main character suffered through the destruction of trying to get his recruiter friend out of jail. He's killed more people, he's wrecked the car, he's been shot, and half the money's gone. But they're free. They get to the highway, just 10 minutes out of town, and they'll be on a plane, to a life-saving surgery, a saved daughter, and their new lives.
And then there it is. A police blockade. They're instantly surrounded by the law. And they're not kidding around. They brought out full-on tanks and helicopters. A point of truly lost hope.
From here, we move on to Turning Point 3. Like the others, this event changes the landscape of the story yet again. It closes off the destructive period of Act 3 and moves the story forward into yet another new phase.
In our example, maybe the police commissioner waves off his cops and approaches the car himself. He's looking for a very personal end to these bank robbers killing people in his jurisdiction. But is he the police commissioner or the leader of the kidnappers? Uh-oh! Next week we're moving on to Act 4! It's got a lot of pieces, so we'll be chopping it into 2 videos.
I'm gonna chop your face into 2 videos!